We are 8 weeks out from the Kettle 100 race, and we have just completed the NK50k, another big training run, and we have more coming up. I'm Runner,
I'm Son.
and this is Runner and Son. Well, welcome back to another episode of Runner and Son. We are middle of a big training block right now. Like I mentioned, we are 8 weeks out from the Kettle 100. I will be running 100. You will be running something like 20.
18, I think.
18. And then we have two pacers running as well. So as part of the training, we're doing some long runs. And the first one of those long runs was
NK50k.
NK50k and NK25k. So it's a cool race that we do just in some local trails, put on by a local chiropractor, Nick Geibler. It was a $20 entry fee, for which we got bus rides out to the start. It's a point-to-point, right? So I left at a little after 5 in the morning, got by the buses at about 6. Buses took me out 31 miles to the start of the race. I started running back, and then Alex, you and Mrs. Horvath got there when?
We got to the finish line at 9:30, or earlier than that, 9.
And then the bus took you guys out, right?
Yeah, we left at 9:30, and then we started at 10.
Yep. So I ran back 15 and a half miles, and the plan was to meet you guys there.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Okay, so there's an explanation.
All right, I'm waiting for it.
We ran out the first mile, right? And we thought Dad was ahead of us, which he wasn't. We shouldn't have just assumed that.
They didn't ask.
We didn't ask. So the person we were running with, Mrs. Horvath, said she would hang back a little bit and wait for you to catch up, and she told me to run ahead. And then I was going to do a little filming at mile 5, and I took out my phone, and I saw your messages. So then I stopped, I turned around, I found Mrs. Horvath, and she hadn't given you the food because she hadn't met you.
No. So I got there to the bus, and I'm looking for these guys, and I message Alex, and you actually messaged me back pretty quick. Thankfully, we all had service, right? And you're like, oh, we're about a mile ahead. Come and catch up. I'm like, guys, I just ran 15 and a half miles. You're fresh legs. There's no way I was catching up with you. And then you're like, do you want me to come back? I was like, yes, you have my food, which I need, which I'm training with. So we actually ended up getting together mile 20-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a cool race. It's right in our backyard. 15-minute drive to get out there, and some beautiful terrain. You and Mrs. Horvath chose not to go to the top of the tower.
Yes.
You're feeling the legs a little bit at that point.
I wouldn't have been able to do that finish sprint if I had gone to the top.
Right. So that's a good segue. So we got to the tower. I climbed the tower. Mrs. Horvath led for a little while, and then she decided to walk a little bit. So we went ahead, and I don't know, 2 miles out or so, I got a bit of a cramp, and you started going. I said, just go. You got a ton of energy. You're looking good. So you took off towards the finish line, and you're looking really good. And that was on the Quad Busters too, which is it's 4 ups and downs right in a row and a lot of climbing. So how are you feeling? How was your run?
I gotta admit, those miles on the Parnell Loop were tough. The Parnell Loop, I like to say, is the loop where after you pass the tower, you only come back to the main trail once you've given up hope of finding it again.
You're finally like, it's never going to appear, and then there it is.
Yeah.
I
So,
get it. It's a long loop.
yeah, I was a little tired after that, but I think once we started running faster, um, my energy reserves kicked in.
Sure.
And when I left you, I turned on my music because I knew you
Okay.
wouldn't want to run with the
Good.
music.
Good. What was the theme song?
Final countdown.
Final countdown. There you
Yep.
go. Yeah.
Ran that into the finish line.
Yep. And
Felt great.
we both finished strong. You finished great. So you have a 20-mile run coming up, and I say that with some exaggerated air quotes because it will be from mile, I don't know, 80
82.
something to 100.
Mhm.
And so the pace could be, well, it's not going to be all that spicy of a pace. It's
Yeah.
going to be some run walk, right?
Mhm.
Hopefully.
Fast shuffle.
Hopefully it's not just walk, but that could happen too. So we had a really good training run. And then after that, a week after, I went down to Eagle, Wisconsin, to actually the start line and finish line of the Kettle 100, just by myself. Once again, got up early, 5 in the morning, drove down there. And another race, the Ice Age Trail 50, which is another great race around here on the Southern Kettles, they were holding a training run in which they organized it. They had a race director there that you could choose different distances. Uh, they had an aid station set up and porta potty, so that was really nice. And
That's your shirt, right?
that was my shirt. Yep.
50.
Ice Age Trail 50. I did the 50K, and I'm actually not doing this race this year, but they say you don't need to be in the race to do it. Just come and run with us. So I did that. I was a little worried the night before. We had a torrential downpour and thunderstorm. That has been the challenge lately, right?
Yeah.
Raining all the time. So it looks like we're clear of the rain for a little bit. But once again, just sort of challenges of running in Wisconsin in the spring and training. Snow, wind, rain, slush. You just never quite know what you're going to get. So looking forward to some more beautiful days. That was a great run. I did 31 miles. I did not realize that a 50K is 31.07 miles. And so I did not get a 50K. It would have been a 50K PR, which, whatever. That's fine.
Very prestigious.
But it was a little silly that I wanted to go the 50K, but didn't quite do the .06 miles I needed to finish it up. But so coming up, we're really getting into that peak training. I'm trying to do 60 to 70 mile weeks. Try to do more consistent 70-mile weeks in May plus, which means a big training run every weekend. But in the meantime, we got a lot of stuff going on. This weekend, where are we headed?
Madison,
For?
my history project.
Yeah. Alex has got National History Day, so we're headed to the state's capital of Madison to do that. And afterwards, we're going to hit the trails for a little bit because we'll already have a big day before that. So
Yeah.
we'll hit the Rice Lake segment, which is where Alex will be picking me up in the 100-miler and doing some running, starting at about 2 in the morning, 1 or 2 in the morning. So we will not be using those conditions, but it'll be nice to see the trail, see what we're up against, right?
Oh yeah, you said the trail there when you ran it is a lot less technical and hilly than in Greenbush.
Correct. But actually, right at the Rice Lake segment that I didn't get to, it looks like there's some big hills. So
Yeah.
we'll check it out. We'll check it out. And then the week after, we have Lake Monona 20K. So what are you thinking about that? Do you have a target pace that you're looking for?
I'm just gonna try to do my best. I don't really have a target pace because
Sure.
it's not the kind of race I'm training for going up to
Right.
the marathon. But
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm thinking somewhere a little around 8-minute miles.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to call you on that because I think you'll probably push that a little bit. But we have this road race right in between in our training, and it's one that I usually like to try and go fast. And by fast, I mean 7:30 pace or something like that. I'm not particularly fast, but that's a stretch for me. But it's coming in the middle of this big training block for a 100-mile race, and it's going to be fun, but I don't think I'm going to be setting any records this time.
Yeah.
Be a good long training run with some friends. So, and it's fun to go into a race like that sometimes and not be like, I want to get a PR, I'm going to push it. It's going to be really uncomfortable, but be able to just let that go a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think I'll probably PR this time,
Yeah,
but
probably will.
mostly because last time I was going fast for what I'd trained,
Sure.
but I'm doing a lot more training in volume right now, so
And frankly, you've gotten a lot faster too.
yeah.
So that's what we have coming up. We'll probably do like a post Lake Monona episode after this. So we'll wait a little bit, but maybe we'll do something in between. We'll see. We'll talk about that. But thanks for joining us. We're getting into that really peak training season, so I hope I can inspire some of you guys to get out there and get big goals, work hard for them, love the process, enjoy doing it, find some great people to do it with. We have a group of 5 people, 6 people sometimes that just we love running together. So it's great to share that. So thanks for joining us, and hope you can like, subscribe, leave comments below. Love to see that. Love to hear from you. Otherwise, we will see you next time.